Well, hello, everybody. It is Sunday, April 12th. Rain on the metal roof. I love that sound. I did not want to get out of bed this morning, not because I was tired, just because I like listening to that sound. So if this rain holds out, it might be an opportunistic napping day. Not a planned one, opportunistic. But today we're going to talk about the difference between happiness and joy. Topic's been popping up enough lately that I think it needs to be talked about. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about happiness versus joy on the Seventh Seal podcast. Let's go. All right. Have you ever heard somebody just say this? I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. That's easy. That's a no-brainer. Who wouldn't want to be happy? And yeah, I've said it, and I said it a lot, and I actually believed it. I believed that I wanted to be happy. I chased it, much to my detriment. Others around me sometimes. I knew it was there, though. You know, if I could just get everything lined up just right, like the right job, the right money, the right relationship, even the right version of me. And I thought, okay, once I do this, then I'm going to be happy. And for a while, I was. At least I thought I was. I mean, that's fair. You can feel it. You know, you're happy. It's an external emotion. There's a problem with happiness. It's that dopamine hit. It's loud. It shows up when things are going right, and it celebrates your outcomes, high fives you when you win, and then it leaves. Sometimes it quietly just walks out the door, and sometimes it's quickly. It's that feeling of, you just had a huge New Year's Eve party and it was so much fun and all the guests leave and you got all this party favors and everything laying around. And like, wait a minute, what just happened? I was happy. And man, when it leaves, you start asking questions you don't really want to ask. Like, why isn't it enough? That party was awesome. All my friends were here. We had a great time. What happened? I don't feel happy anymore. Why do I feel off when everything looks right? And again, normal. Now, if I'm being honest, I had moments, like the real honest moments where I should have been good. Like on paper, everything was spot on. I was winning according to the script. But internally, I wasn't where I needed to be. And if I'm being honest with myself, then I can be honest with you. That gap, that space between how things looked and how they felt, that got me into some trouble. Misunderstanding, lack of knowledge. You're probably saying, Derek, how can you get in trouble when you got everything right? Your paper's all checked out. You got all the boxes marked. I said, because I thought the solution was more happiness. I just needed more wins, more noise, more party favors, more something. And if that didn't work, there were other ways to feel something for a while, and that did almost kill me. That was the booze. But we all have our thing. Doesn't necessarily have to take you down the path that I went, but I hope it doesn't, to be honest with you. Here's what I didn't understand back then. Happiness wasn't broken. My definition of it was, because there's something else, and it took me a long time to see it, but I had it the whole time, and it was joy. Now, joy doesn't show up the same way that happiness does, because it's not loud. It's not, high-fiving you. It doesn't care if you win. It doesn't need everything to go right. Your paper can have all the boxes empty, all your check marks missing, and you can still have joy. I felt joy in places where happiness had no business being, in loss or grief. I know that's hard to understand, but hang with me there. In moments that if you looked at them from the outside, you'd say, yeah, there's nothing good here. There is nothing good here. But there was. Joy shows up in the quiet moments. It's connection. It's internal. It's just sitting there with nothing to fix, nothing to prove, nothing to chase. This is where I'm going to go a little bit deeper. So hang on. It'll be fun. I mean, we'll do this together. Because that's when it started to click. Happiness is tied to outcomes. Joy's tied to alignment. Mind, body, spirit, right? Happiness says something like this. It says, get this right, and you'll be okay, and I'll be with you. Joy says something more like, you're okay. Even if it isn't right, even if things are terrible, you're okay. It's there for you all the time. And here's the part nobody tells you. Joy isn't something you wait for. It's something you build. And you build it with honesty. You build it with action. You build it with acceptance. And you build it by doing the work when nobody's watching. You don't stumble into it. It's not like it's sitting there in the couch, cracks with your quarters. It's not something you just happen upon. You earn it by practicing it. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You get to pick on this one. You get to choose. Now, that's not to say that you will be a smiling idiot like I am most of the time. Excuse me. But listen, you're still going to lose. Things are still going to go sideways. People are still going to leave. Plans are going to go to shit. But that doesn't disqualify you from joy. That's kind of where it lives. Because joy doesn't eliminate pain. It doesn't, insulate you from feeling other things. It gives it context. How about that? It's the reason grief hurts. It's the reason connection matters. It's the reason any of this is worth doing in the first place. I mean, you can't have, appreciation for a blue sunny day without a couple storms, right? That's the combination here. Happiness will come and go. It always will. Just like anger, just like sadness, those are external emotion based on outcome. It will always come and go. But joy sticks around if you're willing to build it. All right, Derek, you've got everything the way you want it, blah, blah. If you think that, then you aren't listening to this whole thing. Yeah, I do. I have a great life. I am beyond fortunate with all the good people in my life, the good situations I'm in, but I've worked for it too. It's not been a gift. It hasn't been always easy either. Joy is something we got to practice. When I wake up, it's not, oh man, I'm up. I got to go to work. No, you wake up and you think, man, okay, good start to the day. And they'll be like, oh, you're on the right side of the grass. You're on the green side. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's good. It's a hell of a good way to start the day. If you wake up and you're dead, you got no shot at joy. Waking up dead, I just can't imagine that. That sounds terrible. Now, how do you practice and train joy? How do you embrace it? How do you find it? Well, remember earlier when I said mind, body, spirit, you gotta be healthy. You gotta eat right. Your body's a machine. It needs proper fuel, proper maintenance. Your mind, read books, do something that stimulates the mind. Work on your race car, work on your sailboat, work on your garden, work on your next recipe for dinner. Keep the mind going. The spirit, feed that too. That is just as important and easy to neglect as the other two. Do you want to eat a bag of Doritos or do you want some celery? Yeah, I know my answer, but I also know how I feel after I get that crunchy stuff that I need, that texture. Yeah, I wasn't hungry. If I'm hungry, I don't think, boy, I need a bag of Doritos to satisfy me. I mean, I love Doritos. That's a problem. But no, you find some good food, and all of a sudden you're feeling better, and your body's going, hey, thanks for that. It ties into the mind. You're sharper. It ties into the spirit. You're more thankful. You're more connected with whatever spirit, Holy Spirit, higher power, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're tied to, the connection's stronger. So now you wake up, and you think, okay, I'm a little achy from working out. I'm a little bit tired from working too late. That's okay. You got the chance to do those two things. You were given that chance. Be joyful. Practice that. Set your attitude for the day right in the very beginning. I'm not a morning person. I hate mornings. I love mornings. I'd rather get up at 5 than stay up until midnight. I'm just how I'm wired. I'm not sure why, but maybe it's from being a farmer when I was younger. You set that clock and get used to getting up for chores. Could be that. Could be that I just I'm whooped by the end of the day, and if I get a good night's sleep, I want to get up and be right. And I want to be joyful. I choose that. So I work on that. Do I tie some of my joy to other things? Yeah. But mostly it's what I can control. If I worry about, so-and-so succeeding in this, and that's going to bring me joy. It's not. It's an outcome. It's happiness. Do not tie your joy or happiness to anything or anyone. What's that saying? If you put your happiness in somebody else's hands, they'll drop it every time. Be you. Be responsible for your attitude. Be responsible for your joy. Pure and simple. I'm going to wrap this up under 12 minutes. That's a good record for me. I could ramble on about this stuff for a long time, but I'm not going to. The next episode is going to be about attitude farmer. The attitude farmer. How do you plant? How do you grow? How do you, work together with the weather that you're given? You don't get to pick that, but that's the next episode. The next episode, attitude farmer. I wonder if Joy will enter into that farmer's field. Interesting, huh? Right now, though, I'm going to let you go. I am going to celebrate one of my very favorite people. She's kicking some serious ass right now with something that she started about 8 months ago exactly, and I couldn't be happier. So I'm going to embrace the happiness. It's just going to be like the frosting on the joy cake. So today is a day of celebration for other people while I embrace my own joy. That's it. I know I'm trying to push it to 12 minutes, but I'm not going to get there. You guys have a great day, and I hope you have a great week, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks for listening. Take care.